Go right.
So the only thing I want to
shit.
keep out of our mouths is just me having a new job and going to a new job and all that shit. So let's just
Yeah, we do not want to let people know Ryan has a job.
Were you trying to get your wife pregnant this weekend? Is that why you're so worn out?
Who are you talking to?
Dave.
Okay, yeah. Don't talk to me. Fuck out of here. I'll leave right now if you're going to start talking about that shit.
Why, you're not trying to get pregnant?
Come on,
No,
Harb.
we had 2 rules when we got married.
What if she
Don't
tricked
cheat,
you?
no kids.
Really?
Super easy.
But what if she tricked you?
Don't cheat, no kids.
So what would you do, in all seriousness?
what?
If she tricked you,
She wouldn't trick
if she's
me.
like, guess what, I'm pregnant.
I'd be
Good.
like, bitch.
Would you
Push it
leave?
back. Right there, maybe.
Because she broke the
If
second
she
commandment.
tricked
Sound
me,
good?
So if my wife deceived me into having a child,
Right.
Yeah.
what would I do?
Yes. That's the question.
Think so?
I don't know, man.
Come on. What's your
Hey,
first
man, the
reaction?
dude just got
It
married.
depends on how far along the process is. Because you could pay money to take care of that.
Oh, no.
But
Well,
if
now
it's
you
far,
can.
But if it's too far
terrible.
along, then it's like, well, I guess we're going to take care of business.
That's horrible.
I wish they would do like a.
You asked me. You can't get offended by my answer.
I'm not offended.
Oh,
I wish they would
just-
vote for a law. You know how you can kill a baby now as a full-grown baby.
That's
I
ridiculous.
wish you could
Now,
also
see
do it
that?
to a 44-year-old man.
Well, can I
You
just
put him on a
Dave
table
in
and
a
let him
basket and drop
not
him off at
feed
the
him?
fire station and be like, and he's like, do you need title insurance? They're like, what the fuck is this guy?
My name's Dave. I'm gonna die here now.
Funny.
Oh, jeez.
You know that mailbox in the front of the fire department where you can mail your letters to Santa?
Yes.
Just be able to put a baby in there.
Oh.
Send it.
Shove a baby in there.
Send it.
Well, no, because if you're not certified USPS, it's against the law. So you can't do that.
Speaking of that, why did he offer us money to kick his ass tonight after the podcast?
Yeah, why is that?
Who offered
Why do we
money?
have to wear a mask and a MAGA
Yeah, I
hat?
don't understand that.
please.
What is that about? That is messed up.
Write,
Yeah,
write me a check, okay? And then that will definitely cover our bases so that there's no way. Oh, also, let's wait till it's -9 degrees at 2 o'clock in the morning. That's when the deal will go down.
And as long as we have Subway, we'll be all right.
The fuck out of here.
Buy a Subway.
Oh, and also, when the cops come into your house, leave the noose on your neck. Definitely don't take that off at
No.
any time during the evening.
Yeah, Dave would have 4 on. He's like, these guys put 4 nooses on me. They each took their turn ramming me. And
Bleach and alcohol, peroxide.
hey, you got to give that dude A for effort.
No.
That was a
No.
nice little thought.
No, it was the worst plan ever. I want to see the pre-log of that going, all right, boys, this is what we're going to do. I'm going to be on the street. Like when? Like 8:39? No. 2 a.m.
Yeah.
All right? Now, there is this Arctic
Subway's open
blizzard.
at that time.
There's this Arctic blizzard going through, so that's the perfect time to strike.
Yeah. Unbelievable.
Oh, man.
All right, we can
Yeah.
start this?
I think we started. I think we're done, Ed. That's a wrap. Poor guy got beat up. The thing is, I
that's
would
the
do it for
problem.
free. If Dave hired me, I'd do it for free.
Well, here's the thing: is that you can't get away with anything nowadays. It's like
no.
impossible.
Well, there's no
Like,
cameras.
You watch all that shit like Lore. If you watch the show Lore on Amazon, it's like all the folklore stuff, and like these guys used to kill prostitutes and other people in the town, and then sell the bodies to like the science people, and they would get paid and all this.
Oh, shit.
And no one would think anything of it.
Yeah.
Dude, you can't do it.
Yeah.
It's just impossible, man.
Yeah.
You can't do it. You really can't.
Unless you go out to the woods or the mountains or something like
Correct. If you're like in the no Wi-Fi and no cell signal zones, that's
Then you're
probably
good.
the only place you can get away with
He
it.
was.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're not far
Oh,
from
yeah.
the
He
Pine
He
Barrens.
paid to go
He
get that
was.
shit done.
I want to go to that shit.
Yeah.
that. Do you?
Hell yeah.
I sent you the email, right?
Smoke
With
some
the link.
ayahuasca and
No,
see
you didn't
the
do
elves
that,
in the
but
forest.
They
Shit.
did,
It was
dig
rough.
shitters. They just dug shitters.
That
And
wasn't an elf. That was Jason.
they're like, listen, guys, no clothes. It's going to get real cold tonight, so we have to huddle up.
No, that didn't happen.
See, the problem is too is that like everyone's got the doorbells with the cameras in them now
I just
too.
put it in.
He's got
Yeah.
one.
I just put it in, bro.
Fuck that.
Yeah.
I check in on all the time.
Nope. No, thank you.
He has motion sensor, so
You
it's
got
like
all that
motion
spyware
detected.
in your house too.
Yep.
Alexa, pretend that you're not listening to me all the time and recording all the data that I say.
That's the one thing I don't have. I will not put an Alexa in there.
Did you
outta
put
here.
it? Oh, because you're afraid it'll.
What do you mean?
Dude,
Sorry,
what's the
information.
best way
always
for the
listening.
government to be
Well,
like,
you just say-
we want to spy on everyone?
Yeah, but just say
Alexa.
it, say it slowly. It's always listening
Yeah.
Actually,
for its name.
it is.
Come on.
Yeah, it's
So-
crazy.
Think about
The,
it, man.
uh,
We live in a data world, man. The more data and the more statistics that you can get on people, the more information is going to be sold.
Right.
I used to have this theory of like, well, I'm not doing anything wrong, so I don't care. Nah, I care if they're watching me
Hell yeah.
have relations with my beautiful wife.
Benjamin Franklin, man. Anyone that gives up their rights for freedom is asking for tyranny. Fact. Come on.
Old Ben, he's a good dude.
One of the best.
But now I'm thinking about it, my security system has a portal. When I arm it, it's like simply safe on. If that motherfucker can talk, it can listen.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
They're listening to us.
Well,
Oh, well.
all that tech that it's listening, right? So like when you talk on your phone and you're like, I really like applesauce. Applesauce is my favorite. And then you scroll through Instagram and it's like, Mott's is doing 30% off all applesauce. Like, how does that work? Well, I'll tell you. It's called Alfonso. So Alfonso is the tech that's underneath all of it.
Why's it got to be a Alfonso?
Yeah. Why is it Italian?
Is it Italian?
I think so.
Yeah.
Well, anyway.
Okay.
But-
What's that stand for, Alfonso?
See that I don't know, but that's the core of all the voice tech is Alfonso. So that is where they're listening and learning and all that. But I mean, you can download easy stuff now. Like there's an app called Clips where you do video, right? And as you talk and you do a video, it scribes all your words underneath. Because remember, 85% of video
Yeah.
is watched with no sound, right? So you need that text, or no one's going to watch or click on your videos. So Clips is super easy. It's a free app. It's like nothing, and it just does all the text words all the way on the top.
Wow.
And that's easy.
So this was
Easy
created
tech,
to
man.
spy on us, Alfonso, or is it just more of the
Well,
tech?
it's probably made for business, right? For
I
business
think
purposes.
all of it starts off as innocence, right? It's like, hey, look how cool this tech is, and then somehow it gets into thing. But you know, I've been in this world for a long time, right? And I don't think it's as much as everybody spying on you and utilizing your information. It's more about taking the information and being able to manipulate that, right? So they want that. Oh, we know that Dave is a 52-year-old male, right?
Just his face is.
So Dave is in between, the 35 to 45-year-old males that X, Y, and Z, and we know from our statistics of the data that we've collected that
that
these
he's
people,
exceptional.
that
He's an exceptional
that
being.
he's exceptional, needs to focus more on lower body as well as upper body, and but also look at the stats on Google, right? When you go to Google and it tells you when things are busy and when they're not,
Yeah.
how do they have that?
From Alfonso.
They're probably tracking you, and they're seeing where you're at and what people are in those locations at all times, right?
It's unbelievable.
Well, we were talking before.
weird world we live in.
We were jibber jabbering before we actually hit the record, and we were talking about how
Are we recording?
Jason's grandma is almost 90, and we
It's
said
crazy.
my great grandfather died when I was 21 years old. So imagine he was World War I. He ran away at 14 years old. We covered that.
16.
I'm sorry, 16. And he ran away. So he
You
saw
know his stories, but
he corrects me. He remembers everything. He remembers everything. So he saw, the car. He was a farmer, so he saw the vehicle, radio, TV,
well, dude, they started
space
with
travel.
some of them started with no radio.
But I think
That was him.
the point is I think we're seeing more.
Well,
You
yeah,
can talk into something and it does something for you.
So we're in a weird tech point right now, right? So everything is when iPod and iPhone came out, that was like the holy shit, right? So we haven't had like a big holy shit in a long time. Everything has always just been bigger, faster, stronger, smaller, bigger, faster, stronger, smaller, right? That's what we've been dealing with for the last 15, almost 20 years, right?
yeah.
So the next stuff is coming soon, right? And a big part of that is the 5G. But the 5G is not a good thing to be affiliated with, right? So 4G is towers that have a great strength of cell signal. The 5G is like micro towers that put out almost like daisy chains. So it's small amounts of information that's connecting to everything else.
Oh, wow.
So you're just being like illuminated in like cell signals all the time.
Jeez.
Not that we already aren't, right?
Yeah.
So like it's
Wow.
gonna be great, right? So like you fast forward like 150 years and you'll be like, these idiots were just shooting Wi-Fi everywhere. Right? So we take it for like the modern convenience of what it is, but you're gonna see that 5G I think is gonna be the next big thing that's gonna start the next
Was that
wave.
What do you think? Do you feel that opens up new business opportunities, new
Cars
everything?
online all the time.
Oh wow.
And then I think it's going to slowly.
It's Skynet.
It's
Yeah.
going to be
It is
Skynet.
Skynet.
And I think it's going to slowly turn on to people being online all the time, because if you have small transmitters all over the place, broadcasting Wi-Fi and internet all the time, I can easily just go boop and just get a little chip in here. And now I'm online all the time, and I've got this contact lens that is an RFID,
Or
LED,
glasses.
glasses, Bluetooth, all of it all the time, and I can just see live time video all in my phone.
All it
the
takes.
Google Glass was too quick. The tech was too early, and it wasn't meant for the mainstream consumer. If you really want to look at it, look at the HoloLens from Microsoft, right? So Microsoft has the HoloLens that's out, which is more of a AR, MR, so alternative reality and mixed reality, right? So with that, you put down a shield, and the world and the environment that you're in then converts to the augmented reality that you are supposed to perceive. And it's great for, and it's being really pushed towards industry, right? So it's great for like Boeing mechanics, surgeons. Like, all right, so like if you want to take this Boeing engine apart, it's really hard to figure out how and explain where it works. But if you can make a full rendition of the model itself, right? And then blow it up like 15 feet in front of everyone else that's wearing HoloLens.
Like Tony
and
Stark
say,
does.
Totally. Well, that's all part of it too. We'll get to that in a second. Hold that thought, right? So what that shows you is like, okay, the fuel line comes through here, and then this is the way that the gas is coming through. The combustion happens here, and then we pull this line out here, and behind that is the capacitor, or whatever. And you're going to see that for more of an industry-based tech, and then eventually HoloLens 3.5-ish is when the consumer will start to get it. So you're going to see probably like 4 to 5 years before the consumer is able to do a full AR. Because remember, VR is games. It's walk off the cliff and ride the roller coaster and watch the concert live. It's cool, but like it's not in everyone's home. I think AR is going to really be the full like the internet connectivity to
Can
people.
you send me these stock symbols, please?
Yeah.
Microsoft
Dave's money into that.
MSFT.
But see, so going back
The one
to
you had?
Dave, right? So watch the movies, because the movies are really the indication of where the tech is going to go. And we all know this, right? The tech that's integrated and being developed is 25, 30 years in advance than what the general public is actually getting, right? We know this, right?
Right.
Internet was made in the 60s and and Vietnam and all that, right? And if you look at it from that perspective, look at Back to the Future 2, right? Prime example. So in Back to the Future 2, he does McFly. He comes on the screen, right? And he's got like their video chatting. He's doing like the fax machine, and everything's all interconnected. They're making instant food, which is not there yet, but go back and kind of watch some of that sci-fi stuff, because they're purposely creating that reality so that people are slowly getting used to it. So like imagine if you did have a Snake phone, right? Old Nokia, the black and blue with Snake on it, with two-tone Game Boy screen going on, and the first one they gave you was full video, flip up, and now you're talking to people. People would lose their minds.
Right.
Yeah.
It's got to be a slow integration, right? So Iron Man came out in 2008, right? He's got Jarvis. He's talking to the house. He's communicating. Turn on the lights. And then like 5 years later, Alexa, Google Home, all the Mac stuff,
Right.
all of it, right?
Right.
Siri. They utilize the TV influence in order to kind of get the public used
board
to,
with it and
instead of it
everything. Yeah.
being fully
Well, this
integrated
goes
into your
back
house.
to the moon landing. Hollywood did that shit, and they're doing the same
Oh
thing.
man.
See, man.
They show that shit, so we're
Listen,
like,
all that's
"Whoa."
great, but going back to the Future, I'm still waiting for the sneakers to come out that lace themselves up, because I'm that lazy.
I'm sure
Sneakers
they're
are out.
Still
Let's
not
go.
out.
Yeah, it's called slip-ons, dude.
I don't think they're out. No, they
Go,
tighten up
boom,
themselves.
See, look, I just throw it in,
Bang!
and I'm ready to rock.
No, these are different.
So that's interesting. So do you think Hollywood is part of the tech world? Like, do you think they communicate together? Like, hey, listen, make this
yeah.
movie about
They have consultants.
this
Come on,
thing.
man.
I definitely
It's
think
more
then-
than consultants, man. It's a whole crew that's all in
It's a
on it
conspiracy,
together.
Jim. What the
Yeah,
hell,
man.
Where you
Name
been?
5 people of the crew in Hollywood. You think Spielberg's part of
Name 5 people in the crew. See,
The Hollywood Illuminati.
Yeah.
Yeah, Spielberg's in that. Lucas is in it.
You think it's
It's
Scientology?
all the people that are influential into it. But see that the people that you want names for are the people that are not in the limelight. The people that you don't know, like really like the Harvey Weinsteins of the world, right? So like, unfortunately, he got corrupted, but that dude is so influential in that world. I mean, Meryl Streep was on stage and got an award and said, "I want to thank God, aka Harvey Weinstein."
Ouch.
Oh, wow.
So like, when you say things like that,
It's definitely not
like-
recently.
yeah, I mean, but like, think about that. Like when they say that kind of stuff, it's like, what is the influential abilities of these people in this society? Like it's the they question is always the one, right? Who is they?
Who's running the puppet show?
Who is they? And for that, I don't have all the answers. I don't think anybody
God damn it, man.
really does.
We
At
need
At this
answers
point,
here.
it's the Amazon owner, probably.
Jeff
Because
Bezos.
Sarah
running everything.
Connor over here and myself are going to go kill that dude who's running it so we can prevent
Yeah.
apocalypse.
So how does that work, right? So then you go back in time, but doesn't all that all mess up all the other than timelines that are all integrated
does.
into all of it, right? So
It does.
Not if you do it right. Movie's been doing it wrong.
It's
Time
just
cop.
like, is it like
Yeah,
when
but-
you go back and
but isn't it?
Time cop.
Yeah.
Time cop proved you can do it right.
Yeah, he's like, when you go back in time. But see, like, here's my problem. And I think this is the problem with everybody else. Like, if I went back in time, right, I was born in 1982, right? If I went back in time to 1985,
You look much older.
I want to go see myself. Like, I want to see my dad be like, ha, Dad! Huh? Ah. And then that's it. His mind is fucked forever. He's like, that thing's going to turn into that, but maybe
And then-
not, because
and
I
then
don't
he
know
can
who
still
the
kill
fuck that guy was.
Man, you crazy.
Pop, it's me. Yeah. Remember that time that we... Oh, shit, that didn't happen yet. That's like 3 more years. That's like 88 when we do that thing. All right, hold on. We're going to go to Williamsburg, Virginia in like 3 more years, and you're going to shoot me out of a cannon. And as he's doing, he's like, holy shit, what the fuck? How did this guy do it?
And then there you are.
I'm like, ha! Yeah, I hung
Dude,
out,
so your
I hung
dad-
out for like 4 years in the past.
Jesus.
Your dad definitely buried his head in a pillow when he conceived you.
Did you hear that theory?
My dad's
Did you
theory.
ever say
My
that
dad's
theory?
God rest his soul. My dad's theory was: you want a boy, when you bury your head in a pillow. You want a girl, you look her in the eyes. So now that you're newly married, you might want to start to
Hold on.
try to
That's
practice to have
that's
children.
not an actual
One way to
fact.
find out, bro.
Yeah.
One way to
You
find
might
out.
have to try it. You might have to try it.
So look her in the eyes, and you're like, boom,
Girl.
girl. Mm-hmm. Bury her face in the pillow, you're like, oh, boy.
Let's try tonight.
What happens if you
Find out.
accidentally make eye contact with her while you're putting her head in the pillow?
Twins.
Not
Twins.
Oh!
There you go. A boy and a girl.
Dave.
Twins.
You got me.
Then you're fucked. Dude, if that happens, punch her in the stomach ASAP.
Oh God.
Come off the dresser with an elbow and be like, people's champ.
I don't endorse that.
Oh, are you doing a rock elbow or are you
That's
doing like a
terrible.
Macho Man elbow?
Macho. Oh, come on. There's only one elbow.
Yeah. That's
Okay.
true.
Macho
That's
man.
true.
Shawn Michaels used to rub with the elbow for a little bit, though.
Not as good.
He did. All right. So what are you going to say? Hold that thought about Iron Man.
That was it. Just talking about.
Okay.
No,
We're done.
we already did all that. No, but it is interesting. So, like, go back and, like, I got to a point where, like, I stopped watching movies because it was just too much of the telling people how to think and how to live and all that. But when you get past that and you kind of pay attention to the films and you start to see, like, I don't want to say brainwashing, but just like the influentialness of movies, right? And you can enjoy it, but you still see the narrative behind it's like a South Park episode.
Yeah.
Okay? Like, yeah, it's about teddy bears, but really it's about some crazy shit that
yeah.
happened last week because they're fucking maniacs and
Yeah.
they're the best on TV still.
But if you really pay attention to the industry, being that films and TV give you new technology or yes, new evolution of
Well, I don't think
things, they also give you the solution though.
Yeah, it doesn't set
So
the
right
bar.
now, if we
it
have to
just-
fight Terminator, we know how to defeat them.
That's true.
See, the Terminator
That's true.
shit's crazy, right? Because that's coming soon, right? So like,
Yes.
have you
I've been preparing.
seen the Russian like MITs where they got them shooting the targets and they're hitting everyone?
No.
You see the Boston Mechanics that's
Yeah, I
got
did
the
see
fucking The dogs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The dogs are terrifying.
Yeah.
And
Dude, they don't even have
got the-
skin on them or anything.
Well, they got the man bot too. That's
They
fucking
can
terrifying.
do backflips.
That's being funded by DARPA. Come on, man. That's
Come on,
scary
Jason, wake up.
fucking shit.
Jason, you're
What are you
supposed
doing?
to teach us about DARPA.
That's
Seriously.
scary shit. Hey,
DARPA,
speaking of DARPA, okay, did you know that the movie Stargate
Yes.
Yeah.
with Robert California?
Never saw it.
Robert California.
Never saw it.
Kurt Russell?
No, Kurt Russell and the other guy. What's the other guy?
Patrick Swayze.
Caviezel?
Swayze.
That's who would play you in a movie.
Was he a good guy?
Harb.
No, the scientist guy, the nerdy guy. Is
The
that what you're
nerdy
talking
guy.
about?
Yeah, he's Robert California from The Office.
Oh.
He's also in Blacklist.
Shoot, what is his name?
Oh yeah, nothing like dead air to figure out somebody's name.
Oh, we don't
Yeah.
have the
Drawing a
laptop.
blank.
Not DB
Fired up.
Sweeney. I was gonna say DB Sweeney.
Anyway,
but yeah.
so great movie. Go back and
We'll
watch
put
it.
that
but
picture up
If
in
you
the-
go into the IMDb credits, right, and you look through the film itself, that movie was funded by DARPA. Stargate, son.
Man.
Stop it.
If you don't think that they
Well,
can walk
tell-
through a door through Arizona and end up in Australia, you need to do your research.
Shut up, dude.
Explain
your
to the
research.
Come on,
audience.
Jason.
Explain
You've
to the
been
audience who
sleeping at the
DARPA
wheel.
is.
DARPA? DARPA is this is your world. Come on, you
But
don't set me
explain.
up. Come on.
I want it from your perspective.
No way. I want to hear you.
No,
Come on.
seriously, nope.
Mr. Captain Intelligence.
Nope, I'm not. I'm opposite of that.
What's it stand for? Tell me that, because I forget.
It stands for
The
Dave
Defense-
and I don't know.
Defense Authorization
Portal.
Portal Representation. No, but DARPA is just another one of the divisions of the government that's funding other
Hmm.
projects that you know about and you're not supposed to know.
I had
about. It's a
security
lot of-
clearance,
it's-
but I didn't have that.
But
You
it's-
talking about
but-
the Defense Advanced Research Projects
There
Agency?
he is.
Oh,
Yep.
that one.
Whoa,
Boom,
Ace
baby.
out of nowhere.
Thank you.
No, I
What's up,
just
Ace?
Wanted to clarify.
Wow.
Thank you. I like ours better. Portal representation of Dave. And,
Dave's ass
Is it Hydra?
penetrates.
Is it technically Hydra?
No, so I think a lot of it is it's really it's R&D for the government. Think of it kind of that way. Is that a good way to?
Yeah.
Yeah.
kind of-
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's government R&D, and I think DARPA was involved in a lot in Project Paperclip and all that as well too.
I said the
Little
same
Area
thing.
51.
Yeah, Low Area 51 action. So Project Paperclip is when the Nazis were not arrested and brought over to the United States to start NASA and utilize all the UFO technology that well, it's not really UFO technology because UFO is just unidentified flying object, right? So that can be anything.
Not like
So
DARPA.
that can be-
Only three letters.
A lot of that was them just reutilizing the technology of the Nazis to do like magnetic flightless.
They were pretty advanced.
They were. It's crazy stuff. Look at all the JPL stuff, and
It's crazy to go.
it's really
and
weird and nuts, but it's all true.
Go and win that war and then be like, okay, you people.
Yeah, you're not going to go to jail
atrocities.
for
Yeah.
war crimes. You're going to come start our space
Yeah.
program.
Hey, you like Nantucket? So do I.
Florida's great this time of year.
Dude, that's why I love Inglourious Bastards. He's like, you're going to take that uniform off, aren't you? He's like, oh, look.
Ryan,
Oh, fuck.
since we get on the topic of different, conspiracies, I guess we'll call it. What would you say is the biggest one going right now? Where are they pulling the wool over everybody's eyes the most?
The Kardashians.
They might be
I
aliens.
like it.
You know what though? Ooh, that is like a loaded question, Dave.
That's what I'm here for.
I still feel like the TV though is a good is a huge thing, right? So
So TV in
Is it
general.
ever?
just TV in general, right? So like there's a big difference from coming home from work and doing your thing and then sitting down and turning on cable and just finding something and then just being
Dude, I thought about
bombarded
that
with
last night.
commercials, right?
Okay.
There's a different way of making the conscious decision to sit down and view something, right?
Right.
So I feel like that is why the cable world is fighting with the streamings and the Amazons and the Netflixes and all that, because people binge watch, but people also finish something and they're like, okay, I'm done. And I feel like people take breaks. I mean, my generation, yes, maybe the younger generation, not so much, right? So like I watch an hour and a half at the most of TV if we do 5 days a week,
Yeah.
maybe, right?
Add that up.
Most people don't do that. People come home at 5:30 and they're in front of the TV until 11.
Yeah.
The
I'm at the
TV
gym.
is-
I'm at the gym.
But I think
Apparently been missing that
I
one
think the
recently.
evolution of that really is people just need to start putting their phones down, man.
Yep.
The phone thing is just turning into an epidemic because it's more than just people on Instagram and Facebook and Snapchat and TikTok and Tumblr and YouTube and Facebook and all of it, right? It's everyone's becoming an addict of dopamine.
Yeah.
Right?
100%.
Instant serotonin.
It's instant
Boom, boom,
serotonin
boom.
all the time, right? So like,
Do you think that was the plan?
oh, absolutely.
God, yes.
So like the world.
said-
So
yep.
like think about this, right? And this is what we were talking about before. I don't know if the camera's gonna roll for this, but when we were talking about say things slower and you understand them better, right? So the World Wide Web,
Yeah.
right? So the evolution of consciousness is getting better. We're in the 90s. All the hippies were doing their thing. People are starting to ask questions, and things are starting to come out. And you're looking like the conscious is going to maybe explode past the realm of the world, and then they put the world in a big web. And here we are,
Mind blown.
right?
But don't you think it did expand though? Like it's still the web allows it to expand even faster and even more.
100%. I think it was not anticipated that was going to be the situation.
Yeah.
Right? So I don't think they understood the power of everyone being able to talk to everyone at the same
So
time.
you thought it was going to be a containment unit.
100%.
Okay.
And I think it
Interesting.
backfired immensely.
Wow.
And I think that's going to be part of that, what we were talking about earlier, is with the chip stuff, right? So when you get past this 5G, 6G, 7, 8G, right? The web is going to be creating this universal consciousness to a certain extent.
Okay.
Because everyone's going to be together. Literally together.
Yeah.
Instantly at all times.
I think it's good. Ace,
Yeah,
sorry.
no, I was gonna say the 5G, doesn't it? Like, I was listening to some conspiracy guy, and he was saying something about how it puts off a certain frequency that actually
yeah.
has the ability to influence your decision.
What?
Oh, yeah.
Little
What?
algorithm there.
Yeah, they
Well-
they tested it on mice and whatnot.
MIT and all that.
On mice.
There was a lot of like
We're
studies. There was a lot of studies on that where it's like they're pushing you in a certain direction.
It's pretty cool for what I do in advertising.
Well,
It'll make my job so much
Yeah,
easier.
they're way easier. You're gonna make so much money.
I'm like, look, red.
But that's
Buy
the problem,
red.
right?
Or it's gonna make you lose your job.
But
One or the other.
Nah.
Ace, I think part of it is there's a little tweak in your ability to recognize these things, right? So I say this all the time. It's like people go into cruise control, right? So the idea is to not be in cruise control all the time. So like paying attention to things higher your vibrational state, which higher your ability to notice things, which higher your ability to pay attention to what's going on. And I'm talking about little things. You're driving down a road, you go down all the time, and some business paints their building from tan to blue. And you're like, oh, they painted the building blue. Little things like that. No, I call that out all the time. People are like, what? Hasn't that building always been blue? I'm like, no. It definitely has not, right?
Situational awareness.
Social awareness, right? And I think part of it is that
It's subconsciously all our goals is to be on cruise control though. Like we don't even realize that
Oh, yeah.
we want to be on cruise. Like think about it. You want to make as much money as you can so you don't have to worry. You want to do
Yeah.
as much like work as you can so you don't have to and you distract yourself. And we all our end goal at the end of this, at least people or whoever they are have orchestrated this thing where all of our end goal without knowing is to be on some type of cruise control. Like I feel like what you're saying, yeah. I don't like to think of myself like that, but I see it for sure. Because you have to think like that,
Yeah.
you know?
You and I were talking earlier before we started, and it's about 2019. I want to be a shark. If I stop swimming, I'm going to die. So
Yeah.
I'm going to keep swimming. And then ironically, the other night, what he was saying, I sat the fuck down. Oh, Netflix, I got to catch up on Hell on Wheels.
yeah, but there's nothing wrong
Sat
with
there
that,
for 2
though.
hours. I'm like, I could
There's
have
nothing
been
wrong
doing
with that,
something.
right? If you're hustling all day and you're working and you're busting your ass and you're doing shit, there's a great thing about coming home and being like, you know what? So right now, my wife and I, It's all about Last Man Standing with Tim Allen. It's fantastic. It's a great turn your brain off show. It's a classic, like, old school, like, sitcom. Can't get enough of it. And it's great. I come home. Hey, what's up? We hang out for like 2 hours. We watch that for a little bit. We're like, okay, we're done. We go hang out. We read. Or we just go to bed. And that's it. We don't sit there for like these people that are like, oh, yeah, 24 episodes, 7 seasons. I did that in 4 days, bro. And it's like, yeah, but you don't remember anything.
It's true. That's why I never binge, because I want to absorb everything that I watch. You know, I'll maybe watch 2 episodes at a time, and then I'll wait a day or two, and then let that everything that I just saw sink in, and then go back and watch another episode.
Yeah,
Just 'cause
and
I think
that's-
we watched
that's-
Another side of it though, like sometimes that's like a hard reset for someone.
Hell yeah.
You know, like
Totally
you
agree.
need a hard reset every once in a while. At least I do, you know?
Yeah, no, I agree with that too.
Yeah.
It's like an overload, sensory overload, just so you can
Yeah.
get back
also,
to.
I feel like I mean, I never binge anything. I watch like 15 minutes of TV. I always say I'm gonna watch something when I go home. I put on TV for like 15 minutes. I'm like, yeah, I'm into this, and then I fall asleep immediately. But like, yeah, you need that little bit of reset sometime. I used to do it by like, you know, going home, having a couple drinks, whatever, loosen whatever, and man, that's a different kind of reset. So like maybe binge watching something, get your mind in a different place, because I feel like that state, and I don't know if you get there often, but I feel like that state of like right in between you being like conscious about everything that's happening and sort of like floating through the ether. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like that is like the sweet spot. And sometimes I feel like if I'm watching like a mindless episode of like Ancient Aliens or something, and just like sitting there thinking about like whatever, like I can get in this spot where I'm like, oh, I can do stuff again, you know?
Is it possible that Leonardo da Vinci traveled through time and was able to see these marvelous monsters in their prime attacking the Nazis, understanding what their goals were, look at the demographics of everyone in the area, and then go back in time and was able to create these ginormous tanks in a period where they were unthinkable?
It had to be.
Is yes.
The answer
100%.
I love that guy. He sets himself up for the best questions that he already knows the answer to, which is always yes.
Or it's aliens. It had to
Or
be
it's aliens.
aliens.
I mean, shit, everything's possible. I can type in fucking words and send
like
to
the
you.
seasons went on.
It has to, because
Yeah.
that's like they sell like the wigs.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure you could buy them.
Yeah, but so like to go back to that, right? So like, you know, when I was young, I bought a house at like 24, and I was on cruise control for quite a long time. And there's a point where you wake up from it, and you just have to kind of, and I know it's super hard, but it's really two things. One is just to really focus on the moment and what is going on, right? And then the other thing is to write it down, right? Write it down. And the importance of writing it down is, remember, because you're spelling out words, right? Because you're creating a spell.
Love that.
Whoa.
I love that.
Yeah.
Okay?
Make
you're
that
creating a spell.
Ace is gonna make a song out of that one.
Actually, I practice this all the time.
It is. It's very important because remember, people hear magic and they think it's like evil, but it's not. It's magic is the manipulation of reality, right? So creating those spells by spelling out those words, putting the intent into those words is how you're creating the secret and all that, and the attraction of law and all that kind of stuff, right? So it's just understanding what you want and where you're going to go.
So is that what you're saying? So
And how
what
you're
you want,
putting it
what you
out
want
into
in
the
life,
universe.
what you want in life, you write down prior.
It could be
or
anything.
Anything.
It could be your day. It could be as small as this right here. Like, this podcast is going to be awesome because we're going to do this. You know, like,
Correct.
could be anything.
It's also how
love
you,
that
And it's
idea.
also called
Yeah,
planning.
hell yeah.
But it's
Having a plan.
Well, it's not even having
It's-
a plan. It's
yeah,
about
it's
how
intent, like
you
you
say
said.
it, the intent, right?
Yeah.
All right. So prime example, right?
Holding yourself accountable in a way
So
for
probably
future things.
about
Say
6 years ago or so, I had a car that was fine, and I'm walking around all day, and I'm going, I want a new car. I need a new car. I want a new car. Man, I need a new car. Why can't I just get a new car, man? I just need a new car, man. Okay, so and at that point I was meditating. I had a good connection with my higher self and my spirit guides and all that kind of shit. So I'm going to make a left on a road. It's 2 lanes. The car stops for me. The other car is coming up on the other side. I pull out, and as soon as I'm about to get hit, everything stops. and it goes, well, you're going to get a new car. Okay. This might not be the way that you envisioned yourself getting a new car. Maybe next time you should think about how it is that you want to receive this,
Yeah.
and
Details.
you'll get what you want. And then it was, boom, hit me. I was fine. Car was totaled.
Like you're gonna get new legs too.
Got a new car, and there we were. So it's all about. So like for me now, reflecting on that moment, I would have said, the vehicle that I own currently is acceptable. However, if there's an opportunity for me to upgrade my vehicle to help me out on the road and the journey ahead, I will have a conversation to learn more about this situation.
Yeah, man. I do that stuff.
Big difference.
It's huge. I do that all the time whenever I'm working with a young artist or whatever, and they're like, what do you want to achieve? What's our goal here? They're like, we want people to sing our songs. I'm like, okay, that means you can go in a room and one person can sing along with you. But like in reality, what do you want? It's all about that, like
Details.
Yeah, the details and being very clear.
Oh shit! I'm gonna write a book tonight.
Write a book tonight. Be clear.
Wait till I'm blinging, motherfuckers.
Oh my god.
I'm gonna be $20 million tomorrow.
If you want something good that's going to base it off of, Eckhart Tolle wrote a book called The Power of Now.
Yes.
Really great book.
Haven't read it, but heard about it.
Very good, and it's a read, take a break, pull it in, understand it. Read, take a break, pull it in, understand it. Because that's the world that we live in. Everything is so fast.
Yeah.
Too fast.
We are instant, right? I mean, we are in the beginning of the singularity to its full ability, right? So, like, look, we could any one of us in this room could ask a question and have the answer times 10 in seconds, right? How did we do that before? Well, my dad bought encyclopedias, and I hope the thing we're looking for is in that encyclopedia. You know what I mean? So, like,
I had those.
it's we have to understand that the world flows at a bazillion miles an hour, and you can get caught in that rat race and be going everybody, or you can say, "Oh, is that an oak tree? I haven't seen an oak tree in a long time," right? And enjoy that, and that's why I like to just go outside, relax, figure out what's going on, do my day, get my shit done, figure out what makes sense, meditate on that stuff, and say, oh, client X is going to work. And again, doing that same thing, very thoroughly putting it out into the universe, what it is that I want to get back, instead of being like, I need to get a big client. Okay, great. You're going to get the worst person you could ever deal with. Yeah, you got client X, but they're just like on you. They're texting you.
Yeah.
They're sending you voicemails, and it's just a freaking nightmare. You say, I want someone that I could utilize to create reciprocal business transactions, and we both understand the philosophy of business and want to grow together and have a relationship that lasts for years.
Yeah, you're more strategic.
okay.
More strategic.
Way
So
more strategic.
control your quality of life,
100%.
and you have that power.
You do have that
I think
power.
we all have that power.
Yeah.
You just got to channel it.
That's the problem, right? And like, I think sitting and reflecting on yourself is a big deal, right? Mantras are a huge part. Like in the morning is huge. When you wake up, you kind of get your brain going and you say, today is the best day ever. I'm going to kick major ass today. Here, right? Prime example. People say to me all the time, like, how you doing? I'm like, never a bad day, just bad moments.
Ooh.
And they laugh. And I'm like, I'm serious. People are like, why are you always happy all the time? I'm like, why would I not be happy?
Is that Dave who says that?
Yeah,
to you?
have you ever been upset? Like, really, something ruined your day or your hour? I haven't seen it.
Not really.
That's good. That's good.
How about
What is it-
ethics?
what-
How are you on ethics? I'm sorry to interrupt you there.
Ethics? Oh, I mean, I'm a huge ethics guy.
Can I?
Ethics and empathy, man. Huge.
Because I've been battling this one thing. So if you're walking down the street, say right now,
Okay.
like when we leave here right now, you're walking down the street and you walk by a house and it's on fire.
I'm
And
in
there's
there.
there's 3 people. Well, hold on.
I'm in there.
There's 3 people trapped: Adolf Hitler,
Oh, Christ.
Osama bin Laden, and Dave, who do you rescue and why? And you can only rescue 2.
Only 2.
I can only rescue 2.
Yeah.
All right, so I know Bin Laden and Hitler are bad, but Dave needs a haircut. So it's like unbelievable.
Well, if we leave, okay, solution. See, this is where you're so intelligent.
Good point.
Solution right there. You let him burn a little bit to burn the hair off, and then you go and rescue him.
Because Dave's hair counts as another person's.
Yeah, solutions. Okay, sorry. Back to intelligent speak now.
When you see the man bun, you're gonna be jealous.
No, but seriously, let's talk about ethics, right? So I think ethics is a huge part, right? I think that's a big problem is that people think about the money over the relationship, over the people don't think about what happens when you do something and the consequences of that action, right? So I feel like the millennial crew gets a bad rap. Now, obviously, there's people that
That's
obviously
most categories. The
are
2%
29 years
ruin it
old,
for the
have no
rest.
debt, and are still living at their house. And it's like, well, fucking man up or woman up and get the fuck out of the house and go get an apartment, right? But, I feel like those people have a shitty stick, right? So like they got stuck with college, it's way too much. They got coped into all these things that are not going on, right? And it's like the ethics of the people that were trying to sell these kids loans should have made sense. Like if I had somebody give me $100,000 on a credit card, I'd be $100,000 in debt too. I'd be like, I got the drinks tonight, boys.
Yep.
Don't worry about it. Who else? Buy the whole fucking bar. Dude, there's 200
Wells
people in this
Fargo.
bar.
Wells
I
Fargo
wouldn't spend a
College
dime
gave me
on that credit
25
card.
grand.
What's that?
Wells Fargo, when I was 21, fresh out of the military, gave me a credit card for $25,000.
See, that's the ethics.
with like
man.
an 18% interest rate. I was like, I don't know what that means.
You get
But
out,
same thing. We're
but
going to
it goes
Vegas.
It goes back to what we were talking about Ace too, right? So like, you get back what you put out. 100%, right? You get back what you put out. Always. And don't think about it as like I did this or I did that, right? Like, there was a woman in front of us at the grocery store the other day. She needed like $7. There was a guy in front of us, in front of her, and he grabbed that for her. But I was like, my wife and I were like, all right, great, we got you. And I was like, fuck it, I'll just buy all our fucking groceries. Like, I don't care. Like, we have a little extra money, and if I can do that to help somebody else that's got 2 kids and the shit hit the fan, that's not like a look at me. It's just like, if I was in this situation and it was reversed and the hat was flipped, I would hope that someone would do that for me.
It's funny you bring that up. I want to bore you with the story real quick.
Please.
So last week, I was going to work, and there's a Catholic church on the way to work, and there was this nun in a scooter, elderly nun,
the
who
old
definitely
scooter
can't
nun.
walk, scooter, and you could see her far away with a metal rod trying to get a newspaper that was in a blue bag, and no one was stopping.
Did you take your shirt off during this?
Well,
where you're like,
oh, that's after.
Yeah.
can I help you?
That's after. I
Yes.
was like, yo, you want to see some chest hair? So I stopped my truck in the middle of the road, put the flashes on, get out, give her her thing. She's like, thank you so much.
Boom.
And I only had 2 more blocks to go to work. So I pull in the parking lot, and she keeps coming down the street. And she stops, and she's like, come here. And I thought she was going to, like, bless me and give me all this great karma and, go with God and awesome stuff. She goes, any chance you can still help me? I was like, with what? She goes, I can't move my foot up. My leg's, like, numb and dead. Any chance you can move my foot?
man.
She goes, don't worry, it doesn't hurt. So I moved her leg up.
Jeez.
She's like, you did a great job today. Thank you. And scooted away. I was like, does this mean I'm going to win the lottery? Like, does this mean I'm blessed?
Yeah.
But it just goes back to
But it's the
how many
little
people
things.
didn't
That was
stop.
probably a test from
It's
God.
flipping
I think it
the
was
hat,
that.
man.
Because you've been so bad for so long.
Wow.
You're gonna test you.
Hey, listen, if I could pass any little
like,
quizzes,
Yeah.
I'll pass it.
There you
Come
go.
on.
It was just
do it.
weird. Like, no one was stopping. And, Third
Right.
Street's really...
But it's flip the hat, right? So like, can I tell you a prime example? So I don't kill bugs. So I don't kill bugs.
Yeah, I
If
don't
there's a
either, actually.
spider or like a ladybug, people are like, kill it, step on it. I'm like, if I was a lesser intelligent being coexisting in this reality, I would hope something of a higher intelligence would just let me go outside.
I have humane mouse traps in my house. It just catches them and then you take them out and set them free, right? It's
great.
I haven't caught one yet, but people think I'm nuts when I say that.
Why?
Well, I don't know. People,
Why is that a thing?
What's wrong with it? What does it do?
Humane.
humane.
Yeah, it's like a little
okay.
trap door. It comes down. They're in there, and then you just take them outside and in the
that.
field. Like
Yeah,
I
like
live,
Dave's playing Mousetrap, the board game with live mice.
He's like,
three
blind
AKA,
mice.
he goes,
No, but when I tell
AKA,
people
it's
that-
women traps. And then I let him go when I'm done with them.
they're the same, but they're much bigger.
Yeah, but Dave,
Much bigger. And I catch 2 at a time.
yeah, but that
This
game,
big
that game
old
is in a
fucking
huge
walk-in.
cage.
Yes.
It's in a giant
Yes.
cage.
It's like,
Yes.
come on in, title people. We got to sell titles
Exactly. And
Like,
if the
eeny,
women
meeny,
aren't up to
miny.
par, look-wise,
die.
I set them free.
Jeez.
The rest I keep.
to you. You're like, one of you's going to escape. It's fucked up.
So bad.
Yeah, but man, ethics is a huge deal. Imagine if everybody was ethical.
Just
It
a
would be
little
boring. That would be
compassionate, man.
boring.
A little
Yeah, a little bit.
compassionate.
World.
Just a little compassion,
Yeah.
Yeah.
right? And I think it goes a long way, right? So it's like, I know it's totally cliche, but it's like, be the change you want to see in the world.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Right? You see a piece of fucking trash running across the street, just pick it up and
Throw
throw
it
it in the trash.
I go to this this breakfast every Wednesday. Actually, our last guest, Yael, is in there, and they have a big buffet. It's a really good restaurant, and we have eggs, bacon, the whole spread. And this one guy happens to be a real estate agent. I saw him all the time packing up a bunch of the to go things with all this leftover food. And I just thought he was taking it to his office, but no, he takes it out and he hands it to all the homeless people on the way
That's
to
nice.
the office.
It's awesome.
So now a bunch of us do it because it's so
Oh,
easy.
cool.
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah. So that was good.
Hey, so if we went by the name of this podcast called Nothing Nice to Say, we'd be like, go find your own food, you fucks. But since we're nice people, we try.
Well, when they ask me for cash, I'm like, no, that's mine. but I'll give them food all day long.
I said the buddy walked up
Yeah,
to
Dave's like,
them
do you
before
have
that.
a
He's like, hey,
square?
got that one?
Do you have a Square app? I can.
Yeah,
You have a
100%.
Venmo? You
Yeah,
have
I
Venmo
need to
or
write this
PayPal?
off. I need a receipt. I need a receipt.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's like little things, right? Like, so, like, you can get together, like, 10 or 15 people, get, like, a shit ton of, like, peanut butter and jelly, have everybody come over to your house and just be like, hey, let's just make 15 loaves of PB&J, put them in bags, and you don't have to give them out to the homeless. Like, there are food banks everywhere
Yeah.
in your town. And you just roll up and you just say, hey, we made, like, 140 PB&Js.
Have you done that?
And they're like, what is that? And you're like, oh, it's grape jelly. And I'm like, ew. Who the fuck uses grape jelly?
Welch's.
Disgusting.
Kill yourself.
How about strawberry? Okay,
I'm just going to lick the dirt.
you rats. I did that for a nonprofit that had done it, and they didn't tell anybody, which was pretty sneaky. So they had everybody come to like their annual meeting. They're like, you'll notice that there's a loaf of bread on your tables with peanut butter and jelly, and I'm like, well, that's my favorite sandwich of all time, so I like where this is going.
It has to be.
And they're like, we're gonna make sandwiches. I'm like, fuck yeah. They're like, for the homeless. I'm like, that's a great cause.
What else? We said something last time you were on this about superpowers, and you said something so intelligent. I can't remember. I'm sorry. What would your
Oh,
you could-
easy.
Montage.
I would want the power of the montage.
Ace,
So-
I don't know if you heard about this one. We asked him last time if he could have any superpower, what would it be?
The power of the montage to be able to get a shit ton of work done in 3-minute song.
It's pretty incredible.
I don't think anybody else said what theirs would
they
be.
did.
Yeah, we did. But what like explain it again? Just
All right, it's super easy. Ready? So my wife's like, you've had these cabinets in the kitchen for like 4 months, and we need to put the cabinets together and you need to get the cabinets done. And all of a sudden, like a Kenny Loggins song comes on. It's like, and then like I have like 4 or 5 friends, and you just kind of see us fucking around. I'm like squirting glue on him, throwing screws at him. Maybe there's a couple scenes where we're actually putting a cabinet up, and then like 3.5 minutes goes by. Boom, kitchen is gorgeous. Granite countertops. We got fucking full cutting boards. We got the shit where all the pots and pans are hanging from the ceiling. Like,
Dude, you can get so much shit done.
lighting. We decided to blow out the wall and do like a $60,000 like add-on to the kitchen.
You are
3.5 minutes.
This song's the best part.
I got glue on me. I'm like, one glue comes off.
Exactly. That's what it is. Where you do the shit where like you hold the beer down, the other guy hits the top of the beer, and you're like, it's in my face.
It's just
Jeez.
foam.
You're like,
Dude,
guys
you'd be
didn't do
useless
shit.
in combat.
You guys didn't do shit for 2 minutes yet. You built the whole kitchen. Like,
awesome.
goddamn right.
Pretty awesome.
We're all fucking messy after. We're like, what the fuck is happening?
So the runner up to that, right? Is you ever see Meteor Man?
yeah.
That's what I would want. Touch a book, absorb all the information. Boom,
yeah.
done.
Yeah,
pretty
that's a
awesome.
good
I
one.
would just walk around the library like,
What are you?
That's pretty awesome.
What are you, Johnny Five in Short Circuit? More input.
Wasn't that guy
Too young.
Wasn't
You're
that guy
too
a
young
white
for
guy
that.
who they dressed up as an Indian
He
guy?
was a robot.
No,
No,
his
that guy
scientist.
was Johnny Five, or what his
The
name was.
scientist guy that was a white guy, and they brown faced him.
No way, I didn't know that.
Yep.
Wow.
Back when it was okay in the 80s.
Wow.
You could do a lot in the 80s.
Yeah. Well, remember, you could get away PG was one fuck and two shits.
No, that was
Ghostbusters.
PG-13.
No,
PG-13.
there was no PG-13
Not
for a
until
long time.
Temple of Doom.
Ghostbusters is rated PG.
They didn't say fuck in it though.
Absolutely says one fuck.
Who
No.
does? Bill Murray?
Yep.
Really?
One fucking Ghostbusters. PG.
What fucking
We'll bring that up.
shits.
And how many shits?
Two shits. One fuck, two shits.
Sounds like
Wow.
Jim's Tuesday morning every week.
It was only PG for a long
I'm
time.
rated
It was
X
only
every morning.
PG and
And then
R.
R.
That was it. There was no 13.
Indiana Jones, the Temple of Doom, changed it all up.
Was that the first 13?
What they say.
Oh, maybe.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, it probably was.
But you ripped that heart out. That can't be PG.
I mean, we all
I
know
was
that's
freaking
the
out.
classic line from that movie, but the best line, in my opinion, is chilled monkey brains.
We're not laughing at your racist comments.
Why is that racist? That's why he says it.
And they're eating monkey brains.
They're eating
that's
straight
true.
up monkey brains. They're like heads.
Oh,
Listen, my theory is if you hate everybody, you're not racist.
yeah, equal opportunity hating.
What about you,
That's
Ace?
true.
What's your secret superpower?
To be sexy as
That he's
fuck.
awake right now.
So what
on,
is it,
Ace,
Ace?
think hard.
Y'all are feeling good right now.
Dude, the montage got me.
Yeah,
I just
that-
picture myself in wood glue. I'm
I
disturbed. What is it?
didn't know that's an actual Kenny
Well, you
Loggins
guys-
song.
Yeah, I'd like
guys
to
are-
hear that. What would Ace's superpower
You guys
be?
are the only two Colossus fans on the
Never
planet,
thought
I
of it.
think.
Yeah, we are.
That is not true.
Which is
They're
good.
more. There's
Colossus
gotta
is
be.
phenomenal.
He
Y'all
is,
just
but
blind.
so underrated. You know, so underrated.
I don't know why he didn't have his own like they have the X Force and all that. Like, where was the Colossus crew where Colossus was the leader? Like
Yeah.
him and like Archangel like rolling together.
I know
I,
why.
I honestly
Yeah.
don't buy that he would be the Juggernaut, though. I just saw
You're
it
out of your
again last
mind.
night.
He's got like
really?
adamantium skin, dude.
Really?
True.
Yeah, maybe.
Do you know why he didn't become popular? Because
Please,
he came
because he's
out.
Russian?
He came out. Yep.
Yeah,
During
yes.
the USSR,
Yes.
and that's the only reason why.
I disagree. I think there was 500 Marvel heroes, and they were all like being. It was like wrestling. They were all trying to be the top dog, and everyone's like,
Yep.
"Well, Wolverine really can't die."
Who was the?
Well, Spider-Man's really the most popular Marvel character in
See,
history, right?
That's a good.
He's like the leader of the
Is he though?
Marvel.
Because
I think so. He's the most.
Captain America's up there, though.
I don't
in my
know, man.
opinion.
I
Captain
think
America's
Spidey.
pretty
I think
popular.
Spidey.
Chris
was
Evans
pretty,
made Captain
I think
America
Spidey
pretty
was
damn
pretty
sexy.
big in the '90s, and then I think it
and
shifted.
80s. And 80s.
The Avengers are a big deal, man. I know that like they just came to like movie theaters and all that, but back in the day, like the X-Men and the Avengers fought for the number one seed. Now, obviously, the X-Men succeeded because they came out with the animated series, which was
Yeah.
absolutely phenomenal. Until
It
like
was.
the one season where they went to like with Sauron and some Japanese company started to produce it, and it really
Yeah.
fucking went off hill.
Mm-hmm.
And the Spider-Man animated series was great, but here's the third one that people don't know. Now here's my other favorite, which I don't know. Hopefully Ace is on board with me. Is Noron Rad.
Silver
You know?
Surfer.
There he is.
My
Look at him
favorite
coming through.
superhero.
That's Jason's
Mine
favorite.
too, because he is
Wow,
a
really?
Shakespearean. He's a Shakespearean character. He's like the conflict of hate and love. I must defend the galaxy with
Yeah.
my cosmic powers.
Sounds like something Jason would say.
So they did one season of Silver Surfer, the animated series.
No
Did
kidding.
they really?
Produced by the same
Wow.
guys that did X-Men and Spider-Man.
I didn't know that.
And
Better
it
YouTube
is
that.
fantastic.
Really?
Is that your
Fantastic.
favorite animated series?
He's one of the most
For
powerful.
superheroes?
Yeah.
Oh, it's up
Yes.
there.
What is your favorite?
favorite animated series?
Yeah.
In general,
Well, superhero.
superhero.
Yeah.
I'm a Spider-Man guy.
I didn't see.
Yeah?
Spider-Man's great, but the X-Men is killer.
I like
But
the original
you know what?
Batman one
I'm
from
sorry,
the 80s.
Batman.
Batman was awesome.
Batman is the best of them
That
all.
was
The
that
Dark
was the
Knight it
best.
was called, right?
No,
It
it's
was
called
just called
Batman,
Batman
the
the
Animated
Animated
Series.
Series.
Animated series.
Yep.
Yes.
You know
Well,
what?
did you see the new?
was good.
I'm sorry. Did
The
you see
other
the
two
new?
are really good, but Batman was just on its.
It had,
was pretty good.
yeah.
And the animated movies for Batman are pretty awesome.
Dude, Mask of the Phantasm.
Yeah,
is
it's
Blew my
great.
mind.
And-
They went for it on that one.
Mask of the
Yeah.
Phantasm was great, and then I give Warner Brothers a lot of credit. They can't make a good superhero movie, but their
The
animated
cartoons are
movies,
awesome.
their animated cartoons, all those ones. I mean, there's.
I just
a
saw the
shit
Red
ton.
Hood recently. That was really
That was good. Yeah.
That was
great.
really good.
I'm looking at a top 100 list of the most popular Marvel characters.
Here he
right now.
comes. Let's do it.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah, number 1 is Spider-Man. In fact,
Yes.
but number 2 you will never guess.
I'll
who
guess
is
it.
on this list.
Doctor
Daredevil.
Doom.
No, but that would
Daredevil.
be sick. Storm.
Storm.
Whoa.
Storm, and number 3 Wolverine.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
All right, can you read off a
I'm
couple
surprised.
for
Is
us?
it based on Holly Berry?
I'm surprised.
Well, Holly
mean,
Berry Storm, I put that at number
yeah,
2.
maybe it is.
It could be, and then you got Rogue, Thor, Nightcrawler,
What?
Gambit, Jean Grey, Captain America, rounding out the top 10.
Wow.
Okay.
It's all because the
Rogue
X-Men
is
animated
number
series.
4?
Wow.
Yeah,
It has
it's
to be
gotta
because of that X-Men
the-
animated series.
All right, can you give us
Yeah.
the next 10?
Okay, next 10 you got Cyclops,
Boo.
Of course.
Magneto, Emma
He's
Frost,
awesome.
Kitty Pryde, Daredevil,
What?
A lot
Who
of
is this
X-Men.
list?
Yeah.
What is this list?
Hulk at number 18, Doctor Doom, Iron Man at number 20. This has to be like an
Wow.
older.
Yeah, no
Colossus is
way.
not even on the top
Wow.
100
This is
at all.
before the
What?
films, I think.
Whoa.
Is Omega Red on there?
I'm looking.
Omega.
I'm
Did you
going
ever
to
look up-
another.
Did you
Another
ever look
Russian.
up the power rankings? Like who's supposed to be the most powerful in DC and
Dude, I didn't
Marvel?
realize
It's
Spider-Man was
shocking.
more powerful than Captain America.
Supreme is the most powerful in Marvel.
Yeah.
The one
He's up there.
beyond all
I'm
others.
sorry. There's
the one
there's
beyond all
time-
others is
Well, there's-
Stan Lee, I
there's-
think.
well, yeah.
That's who it's supposed to be.
There's chaos and
Your phone. You need to turn it off next podcast.
chaos
I thought it
and
was off.
time. So here's the thing, right? Is that if you haven't read the Thanos Quest, right, which is the original book where he steals the 6 gems from the people that actually have the gems, not like they do in the MCU. And then after that is the Infinity Gauntlet, because in the Infinity Gauntlet graphic novel or the series, when you read it, you only go about 12 pages in and he snaps his fingers. So they take you right into it. So then the Infinity Gauntlet is all about the entire universe being fucking pissed off. Because remember, it's not just Earth that everybody died on.
Yeah, it's the whole
It's
everything.
the
Yeah.
entire
Right.
universe, right?
Right.
So it's really cool, and I highly recommend Thanos Quest, Infinity Gauntlet, and then Infinity War. They're all excellent.
How
How
do you
mad
feel?
were you at Star Lord when they didn't get the glove off the gauntlet because of that jackass? It's all his fault.
I wasn't mad because
Eh,
it
it's all
wasn't in the
love
books.
interest, but it's great.
It's
I love
totally
it.
all his fault.
But here, let me finish
Love
this,
does
right?
that to you, bro.
So there's a lot of scene for scene stuff, right? So like when the Hulk comes through the window of Doctor Strange's
Yeah.
thing and falls down,
That was supposed to be Silver Surfer.
it's the Silver Surfer.
Right.
Silver Surfer and Adam Warlock are key components to the Infinity War.
Yeah.
So Adam Warlock is cooking
Ace is loving this.
is cooking inside the
Cocoon.
Gold People's chamber at the end of Guardians 2. So if they do it right, it's going to be this next movie is going to be everybody in the space universe versus Thanos, including everyone else. But the problem is that the average consumer can't handle all the crazy space people because there's a shit ton,
ton,
of
yeah.
maniacs in space. Now, I haven't seen Captain Marvel yet. It's on the radar. But I think Captain Marvel is going to really do a good job of fixing all that kind of interdimensional stuff with the scrolls, right? Because then what happens with the Scroll Wars, you go into the Secret Wars. And
That
the
was a
Secret
great
Wars,
series.
The Secret Wars is going to be phase 4. After Spider-Man, you get all that stuff. You're going to see a bunch of people that are Scrolls that you didn't know were Scrolls,
I think
right?
Jay's a scroll.
I think Jay is a Scroll.
Yeah, he looks like it.
I think who's the agent for Shield? The
one for the TV
the
show?
corny white guy
Coulson?
who's on the
Coulson?
Yeah,
I think
Coulson.
Paulson's a Scroll.
Paulson.
Yeah.
Maybe.
That's why I couldn't die.
So who do you think in the next one, the next Avenger Infinity Wars, is the one that takes him down? Who do you think's going to take Thanos down in the end?
Oh,
Because I
great.
have my
Let's go
theory.
prediction,
Everybody's
right?
got their own theory.
So I think what's going to happen is that they're going to do something with. It's going to be Iron Man in the Soul Gem of something of that sort, And what you're going to see is you're going to see a transition of a new Avengers. You're going to see Bucky become the White Wolf. You're going to see Falcon become Captain America.
I agree with that.
You're going to see Vision become the White Vision. You're going to see a whole new crew, and then they're going to be able to introduce other people. Now, at the same time, they have signed Fantastic Four. They've also signed the X-Men. So if they do it right, they could really utilize 3 universes coexisting together, right? X-Men on Earth, Avengers in Earth and space, Fantastic Four in space.
Right.
Boom. And then if they do it right, they make a Doctor Doom movie by itself, and they do a book. If you haven't read it, it's called The Books of Doom, right? The Books of Doom.
There's Jim's diaries.
Oh, man. No, you have no idea. The Books of
Victor Von
Doom is
Doom?
Doom allows a reporter to come. All right. Spoiler alert.
Oh, you got him going now.
All right. Spoiler alert. Doom allows a reporter to come to his castle and do an interview with him, and Doom like spills his guts to this woman.
Okay.
She writes it all down, da 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 da, and then he's like, "Well, you know, you can't leave, right?" And she's like, "Wait, what?" And then all of a sudden,
That's what I tell them.
takes the mask off, and it's a Doom bot.
It wasn't even him.
It wasn't even him. Spoiler alert! Sorry, it's been out for like 20 years. Read the book, okay?
Yeah, you should know. Dummies.
What do you think, Jim? Who do you think's going to take him down? Because you know he's going down.
Dude.
The Doctor Doom shit is the key to
Thanos.
it all.
100% Captain America and Iron Man, and then they die.
And they die. They sacrifice themselves to bring everybody back.
I do agree they die.
Yeah.
And then
Not
what
Iron
happened?
Man. No, I don't think he dies because
No, I'll tell you what happened.
I think the whole thing ends with his wedding.
Here we go. Ready?
The ending
I got
scene
you.
is
Watch
his
this.
wedding. I
got
can
me.
guarantee you.
Iron Man dies. They take his consciousness. He becomes Jarvis.
There you go.
Ah, that would be such
Then
a jump
Robert
in the
Downey
shark.
Jr. gets paid like $10 million a year to go, hello, everybody.
So
That'd be such jump in the shark. They better not do that.
I'm saying this for the record. I'm just putting it out there.
Is it cool
I
here or is it
think-
just my mustache?
I think Banner. Something happens where the girl, Natasha, is in big trouble, and that makes them turn into the Hulk. They have a
Boo.
big battle, right? But I think in the end, Loki reappears and kills him, like from behind.
Well, you know the
takes his head
theory
off
on
or
that,
something.
right? A lot of people think that Loki is actually the Hulk. That's why he's not turning in, because when he died, he jumped into Hulk and then got sent into the...
I didn't know this.
Oh wow! Look at that.
That's what a lot of people think, is
No
that Loki's
wonder he
still
can't
alive.
turn.
Mind blown there. Yeah, but you know how he's the
Personally-
god of mischief? He's still around.
That's what I'm
he's
saying.
still around.
Personally, I think Loki and what's his face are both dead. They're the only two. The Rainbow Road guy.
Yeah, gotcha.
I think
I
both.
think-
I think they're both.
I don't
really
think
dead.
Loki's dead. I'm just saying it now for the record.
Ace, come on,
Hey,
jump
man.
in. I know you're foaming at the mouth over here.
I got nothing. I love,
We're talking-
I mean, I'm listening. I'm drifting in and out. You know, I'm in, but like I'm also
We're talking different language.
I'm on the corners right now.
This is what happens when you're only a child, bro.
Yeah.
You're out there in the backyard just reading books and fighting with 2 toys.
Yeah,
Come here, I
I'm
got
learning.
sticks.
That's what I'm doing right now.
This is Iron Man and this is Colossus. Let me show you how powerful Colossus is.
Yeah.
Well, if you saw the last movie, I think you have to have some kind of a theory about what
The problem is
happens.
they're off the source material.
Yeah, exactly. They're all
Yeah.
but here's the thing. Think about this, right? So you've got 60 years of content, right? And you've got characters that you would love to have created and brought into the mainstream in the early years of the origin stories. So that's what I'm excited about,
Yeah.
right? Is like, obviously, Venom and Carnage would have been integrated into the early years of Spider-Man way before anything else, right? So you have to look at it from that perspective, is that they're utilizing, after reading those books, Thanos and Infinity War and Infinity Gauntlet, they're utilizing that whole thing. I mean, like, they can't bring in weird people like the Grandmaster and the Gardener and the Champion and all these weird
I heard
space guys.
Grandmaster's in Captain Marvel. Annette,
Is he?
Annette Bening
Really?
plays it.
The Grandmaster?
That's the rumor.
Who do you think, Ryan, was the best casting?
Didn't know that.
Who do you think was the best casted actor or actress?
Robert
for
Downey
any of
Jr.,
the-
Tony
any of
Stark?
the movies?
I think Robert
You
Downey
think?
Jr.'s Tony Stark is...
He created the
is-
whole MCU.
Is unbelievably...
Well, you can count
he's
DC too.
He's a
Him and Jon
cocky...
Favreau.
He's a cocky motherfucker. My only beef with the whole Iron Man storyline is Iron Man 3, when they create this weird thing that he has PTSD because of New York. Really, that storyline is called Demon in the Bottle. Came out in the early 70s. Read that. It's a great book.
I have all of them. My dad gave them to me.
Demon in the Bottle is great. So basically, he announces that he's Tony Stark and he is Iron Man. He's out there and he's petrified and like nervous to the max to get into the suit. So he has to get fucking hammered.
Right.
And he's drinking like a bottle of, I think it's
Whiskey.
it's whiskey, but it's like Winston's, right? Old school 70s bourbon.
Yeah.
To get into
Man,
the. I
maybe
mean,
that's why I tried to do that.
yeah.
You've seen
I just didn't have the armor.
famous cover,
I was doing
right,
it
where
without
he's
the.
like
I was
looking.
doing it without the outfit.
He's like looking into the mirror, and the Iron Man helmet is there, and he's got the bottle of bourbon on the
Right,
table.
right.
Like
Classic cover.
classic cover.
I think Hugh Jackman was the best casting for a character. It's just my opinion.
They did Wolverine totally wrong.
No,
Uh-oh.
well,
I got him started now.
they did Wolverine right with the casting, but the problem was that Fox got too integrated into the scripting. Like that first Wolverine movie is terrible. That second Wolverine movie is okay. Logan is beautiful.
Fucking awesome.
Watch it in black and
Yeah,
white.
you like that?
Watch it
Oh
in
my
black
God,
and white.
yeah.
It's awesome in black and white.
It's the first time you actually see Wolverine.
Well, you know what's good is
Like
that
full
they have.
berserker
I
and-
highly recommend it. It's on YouTube, right? So they have this thing where it's Hugh Jackman going back and doing voiceovers in the studio, and it's him running through the woods.
Yeah.
And it's like he's got the headphones on, and he's just going, "Ah, ah, ah," and it's
that's
like
great.
him
Great.
doing it live
Yeah.
as he did it like on the
Yeah,
screen.
yeah.
Oh, it's
That's cool.
Yeah.
Very
it's
cool.
wonderful.
You're like, why am I naked? I had clothes on before I started watching this.
Yeah, I mean, so like there was a Marvel exec that came out a couple weeks ago that said, "We are fully aware of the success of Logan and Deadpool.
Wow.
Kind of like we understand. I mean, look at it. Ready? All-time R-rated movies, grossing, Passion of the Christ, Deadpool. Come down to 5 or 6.
Deadpool mentions that
Deadpool
too.
2.
Yeah, wow.
Wow.
You
So,
know
like-
Deadpool mentioned that in his movie?
Did he?
In Deadpool 2?
Yeah.
He's like, Passion of the Christ, then us. Yeah. That's good.
So, like-
It shows where we're at.
So like, but you gotta remember too, it's like that's a huge blockbuster for them, right? So that was like a $65-70 million budget for the first movie, and it made $850 million.
Jesus.
Ah,
Dude, he got percentage.
$850 million. So
Yep.
the industry average is to triple your budget. If you
Yeah.
triple your budget, you're
You make
rocking and
money.
rolling, right?
Yeah.
Now, no one will ever touch The King, right? Which is Paranormal Activity 1.
Oh, really? That owns it, huh?
$15,000 budget with Craigslist actors made close to $200 million.
Wow. I was gonna say Blair Witch Project, but damn, they
That's
blew
another
that
one.
out of the
Blew it
water.
out of the water.
And
However,
both movies messed me up.
the first movie is
I got so sick in the
Phenomenal.
theater
Is that- I never
watching
saw
Blair Witch
Paranormal
Project
Activity.
because the camera
Well,
kept...
Did you?
You know what's
Yeah,
great
I
about
got
the first one?
headache.
It's very Hitchcockian, right? So it's
Okay.
all you are creating.
Your own thought, yeah.
Like, okay.
You're creating what it is that is happening
Okay.
as you're watching it.
Nice.
That's like the blind.
Come on, you could do it. I
You
believe
can't
in
see
you.
him. The blind something challenge.
Bird
I don't know what
Box.
it's talking
Bird Box. Yeah.
No, I never
Top
watched
so
it.
far.
There
I
he
never
is.
watched it.
Yeah.
Was
Here's-
that good? Was that good?
I didn't see. I heard it was okay.
It's all right.
Haven't watched it yet.
Here- here-
It's more just like touching on the,
Yeah,
the
it's
Isn't it
psychological
like
Right.
Jim Halpert movie? What's the one Jim Halpert did?
The
The guy
Don't
from
make
The
it-
Office.
Oh,
Don't make a sound.
You're always using their characters'
quiet,
names.
a quiet place.
A Quiet
Quiet
Place. That was
Place.
pretty good. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm gonna do the other sensory, the taste box.
It's always good to do that. Right? So like,
Oh wait,
Hey, Ray-
that goes somewhere else. Oh, you're having a kid tonight.
that's a weird one. that's NC-17.
That's you wash your mouth out with soap.
You know what's good too? Speaking of the name, right? So the Prestige is Wolverine, Batman, and Alfred.
That's true.
It is.
Pretty good.
Well, he cast all the same
What were you
people.
gonna say?
My wish now that Disney has the rights to the Sony movies. This is gonna sound completely ridiculous, but
Flight of the Navigator.
no.
Never ending
Rocketeer.
story. Jason's favorite.
If they do kill off Iron Man and they've already killed off Wolverine, you have a story of Robert Downey Jr. and Hugh Jackman in hell as Wolverine and Iron Man.
Never gonna happen.
Not gonna happen. But think about how crazy they could get with that. Like make it like a Deadpool.
There's a lot of things they
Some
can do.
Yeah.
some kind
Yeah.
of comedy-esque thing, or they got to fight their way out of hell and just like to get into the good graces with God or something like
They
that.
did something like that with the Punisher. He was a demon and he came. He had to come back and he had like the glowing thing on his head, the numbers, and every time he killed someone, the number went down.
Oh, that's like the Ghost Rider shit.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, see the Punisher stuff is crazy, right? So like there was a point we were talking about this earlier, right? So where Cap got killed, like officially.
Yeah,
and
they shot
other,
him.
and there was other people being Captain America, and at one point,
Punisher.
not Ghost Rider, that would be amazing. But Punisher became the Captain America, and he had
Wow.
the whole suit on and had the star in the middle, but then had the skull
Whoa.
over.
Well,
it.
he served, so he should.
And he
right?
killed people,
Yeah.
and it was serious.
That's
it didn't
impressive.
last very long because people were like, "All right, Frank, the
Yeah.
fuck are you doing, dude? You're out of your mind now because you got a shield and you're like rolling."
And a
There's
machine
been-
gun.
You know, there's been a lot of that stuff, right? So, like, one of the what's great series too, and you can buy them like in novels, is all the what ifs,
Oh yeah.
right? So
They're
the
good.
what if's great.
Yeah.
So there's one where like, what if the Silver Surfer got the Infinity Gauntlet?
Oh yeah, I think I remember that
that.
one.
And
Yeah.
it's so awesome. And
That's
he's
pretty
like,
cool.
he's got it, and he's like, you know, cosmic power to the max.
Yeah.
What was it? Artist Sims or something? His name was
Ron Lim was the artist that did
Okay,
him
yeah,
really
yeah.
well.
Yeah,
I
it
always
was
thought
Really
this-
well.
before
With the
that.
sparkles and the shines
Yeah,
and all
and
that.
he was
Yeah.
jacked
Drew to
and
metal.
everything. Because
Yeah.
before that, I always saw him as like real skinny and rigid and
Nah,
stuff.
they made
but
him like.
when they beefed him up, man, it made
You
him
know,
my
He
favorite
hit some of those
superhero.
I just
roids
read.
in
I just
space.
read this crazy Silver Surfer story the other day where it's like he was like fighting these people, right? And then he goes onto this planet and like they have this shield where they like block out his cosmic powers. So he's stuck on there, and he's like has to get a job, and he's like on the unemployment
That sounds
line.
like my life.
Stop
And
it.
it's, I swear to
That's
God,
fucking depressing.
It's like Silver Surfer 43.
It's like, hey, now you're the
Yeah,
normal
dude.
person.
I'll find out what it is, and we can put it in the comments. But it's hilarious. I'm reading this. I'm like, what the fuck is this? Because like I bought this Silver Surfer book that had the Thanos like quest in the middle, but it was like, you know, 5 Silver Surfer stories like to build up to the end. But the build up wasn't really build up. It was just kind of him talking like, I killed Thanos and I know I did. Meanwhile,
Thanos was coming back.
I'm going to
alive.
get in the unemployment line and try to get a job on this planet.
Yeah.
I don't remember that one because I
Weird-
remember.
it's weird 90s shit.
Yeah, Silver Surfer 50 was the one where Thanos kind of comes back. Where
That's where I'm at.
Yeah.
I'm in
You know,
the
not
middle
to
of that
be
right now. Where
not to
he's
be.
with,
Sorry, go ahead.
I'm sorry, he's with
Mephisto or
yeah,
whatever.
Mephisto and
Yeah.
all that. That's a great cover with him on the front and
Yeah.
Mephisto in his ear and shit. It's great. It's all about love.
Yeah.
It's all about love. It's all about his love for death.
Dude,
And death-
metaphorically on that, I interrupt you. Go ahead.
No, you're fine. Go.
Do it.
Metaphorically, go.
I see
Rock
something
and
shiny.
roll.
No, that's how a lot of veterans feel. Like you're at the top of your game, you're most highest of adrenaline rushes and all that, and you come back and you're a waiter at a restaurant. Like
In
wait,
Los Angeles.
I was just super
Yeah, I mean,
powerful.
what
I
happens
jumped
with
out of
that?
planes. I blew shit up.
Yeah, I mean,
And now
that's
I'm
like a big deal, right? It's like becoming a civilian again, right?
dude, it was hard for me. I can imagine it was hard for the guys who actually saw like crazy shit. Like I didn't see much, so these guys saw a ton of. They come
I
home
mean, is
now.
there any evolution to that? Like, okay, hey, you know, you're off duty in 3 months. Let's kind of get
There's
you
none.
Oh, really?
situated. It's like the prison system.
There's
Same
none.
deal,
Yeah.
right?
Whoa.
Yeah.
They actually, when you don't
That's
re-enlist, they
They
look down
want
on
you to re-list,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, they look down on you. Like, oh, you didn't re-enlist? Okay. Well, have a good life.
Oh, wow.
Like, cool. You taught me how to kill people with a toothpick, and now I'm gonna go serve ranch dressing to some lady who I
You
mean,
almost did kill somebody over
She's
ranch
like,
dressing.
this is blue cheese. And
yeah,
you're
that's
like,
happened.
oh,
That
this
happened.
toothpick.
But that's where like a lot more awareness needs to be towards that, and I think they're trying, and you know the numbers are not to be a buzzkill here, but the numbers are horrible about
What's
veteran
24,
suicide.
right? 24 a
22,
day.
24 a day. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Average,
per
so-
day.
Commit suicide every
Yeah.
day.
Wow.
That's horrible.
That's
So
Think
definitely need
about
more
the
awareness on that.
situation that they're in, man. They're fighting endless wars. You're, you know, and you're in this scenario where you're sleeping, and all of a sudden you're like, you don't really sleep, right? Because you're
always on
you're
alert.
ready
No.
for whatever the fuck's gonna happen.
And just even in training for 3 years, every aspect of what you're doing is being trained how to kill someone. So you wake up in the morning, you do your cardio, your PT for 3 hours, the extreme you can do it, and you know at the time you're thinking, oh, I just get muscular and strong. No, so you can outlast the enemy
Hell
when
yeah.
you have to. Then
Stamina.
after that,
Stamina.
you're cleaning your weapon and you're taking it apart and putting it back together. Like, what are you doing it for?
Stamina.
Because you're gonna have to do that. Yeah. But exactly. So it's stamina. Stamina.
Stamina.
That's
Not a word.
I just kept baiting them to see.
Yeah. His laugh's the best.
Has anyone seen your face yet?
No, not
No,
yet.
thank God. Thank God.
And he's off of social media too.
We're trying to
First
get the
off,
ratings
what's that?
up.
He's off of social media too.
No,
Off of
I'm,
social media.
no, I'm on Twitter still.
Yeah, but
Well,
nobody
well,
can see you.
visually,
I just
Nobody
pictures.
can
don't-
see you.
I just don't know how you could not integrate an amazing face into marketing for you
I
guys?
know.
That's the
Well,
whole
you shave the
allure,
beard.
though. The mystery.
You know how many girls would be just like, yo.
Watch out, Ace. They're coming for you.
He stepped out for a second.
Ace
And
is
plus
kicking down
Ace
the
is married,
bathroom
too.
door right now.
Yeah.
See a man about a horse, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, 100%. He, if they saw him, forget it'd be over. Yeah.
So what else been going on since your last visit here? Any life-changing events for you?
Life-changing events. Well, I got married.
I heard that.
Yeah.
Let's talk about that a little bit.
Sure. So married my best friend, partner, beautiful woman.
Oh, a woman. That's
Oh,
good.
yeah.
That's okay.
Oh, no, it was a woman.
That's a surprise.
It was a woman.
Okay.
What's wrong if it wasn't?
And what happened there?
Not that there's anything wrong with that. No, we had an amazing time. We had
Speak for yourself.
a great wedding.
Oh, man.
You know what?
She's not here to defend herself.
Oh, please, she would say the same thing.
I thought Dave was talking about himself. He had a horrible time at my wedding.
Everybody
Didn't you
did.
get-
Everybody
didn't
did.
you, also get married?
Yeah, something like that. But yours
had
is surely
ultimatums.
more interesting.
Jesus.
Yeah, we had a great time. We got married at a day camp. We decorate the whole thing for like 2 8-hour days. Had lights.
Wow.
And all like all
Two
the whole-
8-hour days you were there
Oh
decorating?
yeah.
Did you guys argue at all?
We got to no.
Nice.
I
That's
mean, we were a
soulmate.
little crabby, a little moody, and it was like,
Yeah.
what's up? Okay, I'm gonna do that. Goodbye. And then we would like finish the task because,
Soulmate.
come on, man, it's fucking a lot of shit going on.
And didn't
right?
you start a GoFundMe to pay for all this?
Absolutely did not.
Disappointed.
No, you're wrong on that one.
That seems like
And,
a Ryan thing to do.
We had a food truck, and so I would highly recommend this. So this is what we learned from the wedding.
Okay.
Do your cocktail hour before the ceremony.
I like
Yeah,
that.
it's good. I like that.
Because
like it.
think about it, right? Again, ready? Flip the hat. You come, you get ready. You probably haven't eaten all day. And if you did, you ate super early because
Yeah.
you're up and all that.
Russian.
And then you're like sitting through this whole thing and you're just like, I just want to have a beer while they're getting married. So we said, hey, everybody, we're going to have it an hour before. But what's really is great is that we didn't have to do the we can't dance thing because everyone's dancing and they're eating. And now I have to go around the entire place and say hi and have a conversation with every person here. And then I get to dance for an hour, which all I want to do is dance for 3 hours, right?
What are you,
So,
Kenny Loggins? I mean,
oh yeah.
Footloose?
So,
Dude, that'd be a great power to have, that montage.
What a song.
oh, montage, hello? Holy shit,
That'd be
great.
incredible.
That's what I'm saying. You flip
Hi,
it
hello,
on, you're
hey,
like,
oh, hey.
I'm like, hold my hand. Are you ready? She's not the music. I'm like, the music.
She's like, this is going to hurt.
You knew that was the same exact song the last time he was on here, right?
Yeah.
Go back and watch that.
So it was
Episode
great.
8, I
So
think.
like everybody, the wedding started at like 4:00. We were like posted up at like 20 of 3 or 20 of 4. So we did a couple things different, right? So we did a food truck. We had a pizza truck that did brick oven pies, and it was BYOB. Now we had beer and stuff. So we had
Yeah.
a couple cases of beer. My father-in-law made like 100 bottles of wine.
Wow.
But like people brought liquor. So like we got at the day camp, you parked up front and then you walked up, right? I got people dragging coolers
Oh, my.
up the aisle.
We were
good party.
tailgating.
Multiple people
Wow.
rolling up deep. But it was great. So like as everybody came up, we got to say hi to everybody. Hey, thanks for coming. Good to
Yeah.
see you. And by the time everyone was there, I mean, it's a small window. Like by 4:30, everyone is locked in because
Yeah.
the wedding starts at 5. So it was great, man. We got to say
That's
hi to
cool.
everybody. We did everything. We had a great budget. We stayed on it. I mean, we did a lot of hard work to get to that, but we
You
didn't
did.
spend.
I remember that week.
Dude,
I
we
remember
didn't spend.
hearing about it.
We didn't spend 40, 50,000 bucks on a wedding, but
Who was
going-
your best man? Did you have
no
one?
best man, no bridesmaids, no groomsmen, no maid of honor.
Good move. Good move.
Why? It's not fair to those people.
No.
But I had a great bachelor party, so it was awesome.
Nice.
We went up to the Poconos for my buddy his family has a house in the Poconos. Went to Poconos for like 3 days. We had 7 Xbox 360s with a router, and we hooked everything up. We played Call of Duty and Midnight Club and Halo. I played Fallout. We had
Jason's jealous.
we had awesome breakfasts, right? Like we didn't do like pizza and shit. Like my one buddy, he made lox with bagels and cream cheese and capers and
pretty
tomatoes
great.
and olives, and we made pizzas out of his oven. It was fucking awesome. But we played games.
Usually cool kids go to strip clubs, but
Yeah.
that's cool, I
Fuck
guess.
strip clubs. I went to the casino. I
costs
won
money.
like $1,500.
Did
It was
you?
awesome.
Nice.
Oh, they made profit.
Very nice.
Yeah. No, I got no time for strip clubs. Oh.
Dave didn't invite us
Am
to
I
his
the only
wedding.
person that's just like, no, thank you?
I feel sorry for them now. When I was younger, I was like, woo.
I roll in and I have strategies, right? One is make no eye contact. 2 is the get up before they're about to come over.
Yes.
3 is the I don't have any money.
Yes.
And then that spreads like wildfire.
Exactly.
You're like, guy in the black shirt. Which one?
Yep.
Both of them. They both don't have any money.
Done.
Good strategy.
No thanks. Got no
Yeah,
time for
man.
it.
Good
You know,
shit.
I got caught up when I was like 25. And it was like my brother-in-law's buddies was getting married, and he was like, you should come. We're going to do a bachelor party. And I was like, oh, cool. Yeah, fuck yeah, I'm there. So we go to his house. We hang out. We drink some beers at his house. The school bus pulls up. I'm like, fuck yeah, let's do it. Get on the school bus. We drive like 25
bus.
minutes. We get to the strip club. The strip club has like a 6-foot fence that's around the strip club for some
Whoa.
reason. We pull in, and the driver's like, see you in 4 hours.
What?
And
Wow.
I'm like, wait. I'm like, what do you mean, see you in 4 hours? I'm like, am I stuck here the whole time?
Oh, man.
And he's like, see you in 4 hours.
Hope you brought penicillin.
So I get in there. There's a line of dudes to get in. There's this fucking stripper that's in the front. And she's like, hey, doing like the hugs.
The hugs.
And I come out, she comes up to me and she's like, what's up? I'm like, yeah, no thanks.
Oh.
And she's like, what do you mean? I'm like, every dude that I've been in line with, his face has been in
Yep.
between your boobs.
Yep.
I'm like, hard pass.
So your recommendation is to tell themselves down in between each
Well, if you got a little
Or a
like,
wet nap.
you got a little wet nap.
Yeah, it's good.
You're
That's
a little
good.
wipe
I like
down.
that. Smart.
Jump in there. And then,
Smart.
But then you got the alcohol in your nose.
It doesn't have to be alcohol.
Yep.
Could
And
be
then-
warm water and soap.
And then they all go to do their thing. I found this spot in the back, and me and my brother-in-law were just kind of like, well, we got a cooler beer, and we got 4 hours. We're hanging out. And there's shit going on the stage, and these fucking weirdos are coming out and saying, you're missing this. We're like, yeah, I'm okay.
Yeah, I'm good.
I'm like, what do we got? 2 hours and 35 minutes left. Okay, great.
You just count it down.
Count it down.
Like, I'm good. Yeah, that's when you get older, everything changes.
Well, I mean, what is it, right?
Perception.
When you're in your 20s, you can't wait to go out and go to the bar. And now I'm like, I can't wait to go to the bar and go home.
100%.
We had people that were like, yeah, we're going to start this party at like 10:30. I'm like, whoa, what? I'm like,
Yeah.
10:30?
Yeah, no more.
Yeah.
Like, what's wrong with you?
Get it
Like,
going at 7:30, baby.
like,
Be in
let's
bed
do
by
a little-
9:30.
We're day drinkers now.
I'm like, who's going out at 10:30?
You're right.
They're like,
Yep.
cover drops to $5. I'm like, whoa, there's a cover? I'm like,
We did that the other night at Bleachers. There's a cover. It was like, wait, it's
Was
late.
there a cover that night?
That's
That was
ridiculous.
superhero night, right?
Good Man Fisk. Yeah, real good band.
Oh, there was a band. Yeah, that's why.
what about you, Dave? What happened at your wedding? What's going on there?
Well, before we get off that topic of you, did you make any money?
No.
Did you make any money?
I make any money?
Yeah, with the gifts.
Oh, you see this the awkward questions that I get?
Dave's all about money.
Yes. Our
Yeah, you did. Profit.
We did well, and it's going to help us
Good for you.
buy a house in about a year.
Good
So.
for you.
Nice.
Good. Now, what's your question? Go ahead, your turn.
Did you make any money?
That's all That's all he cares about. That's why he didn't invite us.
Wait, what's the point of making any money?
I'd give him like
Why
a.
throw a fucking wedding if you ain't going to make any fucking money?
Actually, what's funny is
I think that's the only reason he got married.
I know a guy that
100%.
Yeah,
that
he's
was
like,
the thing.
Oh yeah, I believe it.
Oh yeah,
Don't
and he
worry.
made a lot of money,
I'm
and he was like bragging about how much he made and
Why?
everything. Yeah,
I
it's
have
crazy.
not. No. It's nobody's fucking business.
Right.
Of course you're going to make money when you have a wedding. I mean,
No, that's not true.
Well, yeah.
We
if you-
broke even.
Yeah, if
but
you
we also
spend-
had a destination,
You spend
and then
40 fucking grand on a wedding.
No, then we
No,
came home
even
at-
if you
at home.
don't, if you have small, it's still you might not make any money. You might not even break
Which is
even.
all I
what I'm saying.
expect. I didn't
You have
do it to make
yeah, but
money.
Dave,
Not like
the
this guy
difference
over
between
here.
myself and you is that my family loves me.
Yeah, exactly.
There you
There's
go.
a big difference, dude.
That's I'll give
Hey,
you that. I'll
not to
give you
keep
that.
going too late, but I talked to his uncle the other day, and I hope to have
Yeah.
him as Henry as a guest.
Oh yeah. Where'd you see him?
He broke him down. Ace, you're gonna love this. We're probably
Broke me
gonna have him
down?
on. No, in a
can't
good
wait.
way. I haven't talked
do
to
you
you
mean?
yet if we're allowed to have him yet.
Go ahead.
He said the same thing, buddy. Same thing.
Yeah?
He's like, this guy's at a wedding recently. He's like, why am I even here? I'm like, because it's your first cousin. They invited you.
Hey, son, calm
Oh,
down.
at the wedding. Yeah,
So
yeah,
he goes
yeah,
to me.
yeah,
He goes. I know you say a lot that Dave's incapable of love, and his parents didn't love him. He goes, not true. We love him. I was like, yeah, tell his mom I'm sorry. I just do it to make fun of him. I did it to make fun of Dave, not
Yeah,
not
what he was
his
talking
family.
about is recently my cousin had a wedding, just maybe 3 weeks ago. It was really recently, and I showed up late. You know, I was like right at the time they were gonna walk out.
Hold on. What
Wait
day?
till Uncle
What day
Henry's
was
here.
this? What day was
It
this?
was a Saturday.
Okay, so what are you doing on a Saturday? You're showing up late.
Nothing. I just didn't rush to get
Count his
there.
money.
Okay, more
I
questions.
didn't think it mattered.
More questions. What time was the wedding at?
4 o'clock.
You showed up late to a 4 o'clock wedding?
Yeah, but I didn't think anybody would care where I was.
What time did you
It wasn't
show
my
up?
wedding.
You're probably
Hold on,
right. You're
hold
probably
on.
right.
It wasn't
What time
my
did you
way.
show up?
You're probably right. No one cares.
I showed up late to that too.
As long as you wrote a check.
What time did you show up?
Exactly. I was
why
there
he's
like
so
a
pissed
cool 4:15.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it wasn't
See,
crazy.
You're rolling like you.
They
you
started
rolled
right
about
on time.
5:30.
No. They started like exactly on time.
Like wedding,
But then they
like-
were all pissy at me. Like I didn't tell anybody to hold up the production because I was late. You know what I mean?
I cannot
Did they
wait.
wait for you to get there?
Yeah.
They did.
Yeah, nobody told him to do that.
Hold on, Jay.
Oh
there was
my
only
God.
like 12 people invited to the wedding, so
But,
he was not.
real- honestly,
12.
the only flack,
He's
the only
definitely
person
13.
that I got flack from was the bride's
Demon
mother.
child.
That's all. Nobody else cared. And I'm like, why is anybody holding anything up from me? I'll just slip in the back. I'm cool. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he's used to
I'm
that.
cool. I'll be ready for the buffet line when they're all set. I'm good.
Oh,
But
man.
yeah, but like I'm not. I think what you're talking about, Jim, is I'm just not like a big wedding guy in general.
Who is,
so
really?
No, Henry,
Oh, yeah. I
Henry
don't
broke it down
enjoy it.
perfectly.
Yeah.
Huge wedding guy right
I
here.
don't enjoy them.
Love it.
Some people love it.
Show up
Are you?
early. Fucking.
You and
dressed
Jim
to
should
the
go to weddings
nines.
together.
I
You
love
should
a
wedding
wedding.
crash.
Yeah, baby.
You too,
Shit.
Ace.
Yeah.
Yo, I'll be your date.
Ace,
Let
you
me know.
s-
We'll tear it up.
I think I've been to so many. I'm just like,
No way. I fucking love
To me,
weddings.
it's. I know it
Can't
sounds.
wait.
It sounds terrible or whatever, but to me, it's just like a whole day of my life. Just it's just gone.
Dude, I got like 3 weddings this year. My brother's getting married.
I would hate that.
Oh my god, I can't wait. It's gonna be so good.
I worked with this girl.
Dave, I hate that.
We were all in our 20s. I worked for an ad
Crazy.
agency, right?
Can't wait.
This girl was just like kind of fresh out of college, like 2-3 years out of college. She must have been in 12 weddings that year. She was in them.
Oh yeah.
That's expensive.
That would be a
Well,
nightmare
That's
for
12
me.
Can I
grand
tell
right
you?
there.
I've
Yep.
been through that.
Yep.
I've been through that. So when I was like 23 to like 27, I went to probably like 22 weddings. It was fucking
Whoa.
insane.
Yeah.
Insane. Like every other month.
No
Someone
way,
was
man.
getting married, dude.
I don't want to be invited to any more weddings ever.
People like me. That's the
I think I
problem,
was
Dave.
best man
That's
3
what
times.
Yep.
That's a shitty role.
Yeah.
The best
I only
man.
fucked up 2 speeches.
The best
I
man
did a
is
good
the
one on one
worst
of them.
when you get it.
Did you?
I mean, it's great, but it sucks because you're like, fuck.
Well, speaking is not your strength.
No.
So I can see that
Well,
happening.
Words.
I was the
Yeah.
best man at my younger brother's wedding, and it was great. My opening line was like, you know, I just want to thank everybody for coming out today. You know, I spent a lot of money to put this day together, and really happy everyone came out.
Your sister-in-law must
You're
have been
horrible.
pissed.
Oh, she's the best. She was crying. Oh, this was wonderful.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks for
Dude,
coming back.
you're always fucking
Ace,
amazing.
thanks for being here and not in Europe or Asia or Australia or Florida.
It was a real pleasure.
You're always goddamn top-notch, brother. Appreciate it.
Try.
You left me hanging a couple times last time, but we made it that time. Ace,
Yep.
you are touring when?
May. End of May.
End of
End of
May?
May, good.
You got dates?
Yeah. Yeah. They're out all over the place. I can't recite them because there's 6 weeks worth of
Google
them.
that
or 5
shit.
weeks worth
Google
of
that
them,
shit.
Yeah,
but
Google.
Ace
Yeah,
Enders, early November.
It's a lot of them.
Doing United States,
Early
doing a
November.
little
Check
Australia.
them out. They're killer. They rock and roll.
Rock and roll.
I'll be going to Dave's probation hearing.
Oh, I'll be there too.
Dude, they found the hair of that one chick.
Do you want to? Do you want to tailgate?
Jeez.
We should tailgate before.
Dad, it's an incredible idea.
Oh, huh. We'll
Yeah.
tailgate before, and then we'll bring airplane bottles in
Yeah.
the court hearing.
Just let's get our stories.
Are we still? Are
let's
we still
get our
like
stories right.
testifying?
I think so.
Let's
think
get our
so.
stories
Officer,
right.
he did not know who she was. I swear.
Listen, they're all happy to be there, so keep your mouth shut.
They were happy to be there.
Is it bad to be on the stand and be like, "Do you swear I do?" Hashtag where's Harb. Check me out on Instagram and on LinkedIn, Facebook. Where's Harb? Just how it sounds. With a B, not a V. Boy, as in boy. I'm sorry, counsel. What's your question?
We're gonna know where Dave's at. 15 to 20. Because straight up
lucky.
murder is not cool in the United States.
No, but seriously though, you can't get away with anything, Dave. We've told you this before.
True.
Hey, so Harb, hope you stretch out because we're gonna beat Dave's ass when we get out of here because he hired us too.
Ooh.
And
I do need a vacation
Hold
for
on.
1 week.
Did you bring the noose?
I brought the noose and I brought the subway.
Okay, good. Then we're good.
We're good.
It's the only way I'm going to take a week off if I stage get my ass beat.
Yeah, but he's not even going anywhere. He's going to Delaware.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh man.
Dumb. First state stupid.
Use your week off and go somewhere else other than Delaware.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
great.
Yeah.
All right, you fuckers.
All right.
Yeah.
Great time, man.
Love you.
As always. Love you guys.
Good job, Jay. Good
Thanks.
job.
Signing off.
Yep.
Peace.